Insider Tigers, I'm Miss Barbarino and this is Drama Time. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about public speaking and performance. Oftentimes in drama class, we primarily focus on role-playing different types of characters, pantomiming, memorizing monologues, but drama class can transcend all of that into the realm of public speaking. When we are thinking about public speaking and presenting, we want to think about a few things. The first thing we want to think about is the pace. How fast or slow are we speaking? If we're speaking too fast, then our audience is not going to understand us. So we have to work on developing a pace that will allow our audience members to absorb everything that we're saying. The second thing we want to think about is the emphasis. Sometimes people who are delivering speeches really want to emphasize certain words. So it's important to look through that speech and analyze the speech and find words that you feel are important. Those are the words you might want to stress, the words you might want to emphasize. You might say that word a little bit louder. You might pause right after you say that word so that the audience knows that this is something you want them to focus on. Another thing that's really important when we are delivering a speech is our diction, the way that we enunciate words. How clearly are we speaking? Because if the audience doesn't understand what we're saying, they're not going to understand the speech and the meaning behind it at all. Next, we want to think about our tone. Now, the tone is the emotion that we can carry in our voices. If you want to send a message of happiness, if you want to send a message of importance, that's going to vary in how you speak, right? Your tone of voice is going to change, and then it will allow the audience to really pick up on how you're feeling about the content matter. Finally, the volume, right? If you don't have a microphone, you're going to have to project your voice so that everyone can hear all the wonderful things that you'd like to say. So if you are doing a presentation in class, if you are performing a speech, or if you're running for student government, it's important to think about these elements so that your audience can really understand not only what you're actually saying, but they can understand the heart and the feeling behind those words. I'd like to present to you the speech that the fourth graders at Tyler presented for the Lincoln Oratory Virtual Festival, which was a speech given by Abraham Lincoln, and the speech is titled A Response to a Serenade. This speech was given right after Abraham Lincoln was re-elected during his second term of presidency. I hope you enjoy.
It has long been a grave question whether any government can be strong enough to maintain its own existence in great emergencies.
On this point, the present rebellion brought our republic to a severe test, and a presidential election occurring in regular course during the rebellion added not a little to the strain.
If the loyal people united were put to utmost their strength by the rebellion, must they not fail when divided and partially paralyzed by political war amongst themselves?
But the election was a necessity.
We cannot have free government without elections, and if the rebellion can force us to forego or postpone a national election, we might fairly claim to have already conquered and ruined us.
But the election, along with this incidental and undesirable strife, has done good too.
It has demonstrated that a people's government can sustain a national election in the midst of a great civil war.
Until now, it has not been known to the world that this was a possibility. It shows also how sound and strong we still are.
It shows that even among candidates of the same party, who is most devoted to the Union and most opposed to treason can receive most of the people's votes.
It shows also, to the extent yet known, that we have more men now than we had when the war began.
Gold is good in its place,
but living, brave, patriotic men
are better than gold.
But the rebellion continues, and now that the election is over, may not all having a common interest unite in a common effort to save our common country?
For my own part, I have striven and shall strive to avoid placing any obstacles in the way.
So long as I have been here, I have never willingly planted a thorn in another man's bosom.
May I ask those who have not differed with me to join me in the same spirit towards those who have?
And now,
Let me close by asking 3 hearty cheers
for our brave soldiers
and seamen,
and their gallant and skillful
Commanders.
As you can see from the video that you just watched, the students really focused on the pace of which they said their speech. They emphasized certain words. They had clear diction. They considered their tone and their volume. So congratulations to those students that presented, and I hope you enjoy. See you next time. Bye.